comparison in the 80s, but yeah, he didn't. So number 1, we have the Berenstain Bears, are actually called the Berenstain Bears. This is one of the more popular Mandela effect debates, in which some people seem to recall the book series / cartoon about a family of bears being known as the Berenstain Bears, with an E. However, if you look now, they're actually called the Berenstain Bears with an A. Many folks insist they remember it being spelled with an E, and one Redditor even found an old VHS tape of the cartoon, and one of the labels shows Berenstain while the other says Berenstain. I've never heard of that show, to be honest, so cannot comment on it. In the Saw movie series, Jigsaw actually says, "I want to play a game." Many people think Jigsaw says something like, "Let's play a game," or "Do you want to play a game," or "Would you like to play a game?" But he actually says, "I want to play a game." I mean, I don't know if that's so much a Mandela effect, or more just people misremembering kind of thing. Next one. Disney's Mickey Mouse character has a tail. After all, he is a mouse. When picturing the iconic Mickey Mouse character, many forget that he actually has a tail. One common theory is that we don't envision the tail because Mickey often wears clothes that hides it. While this is true some of the time, when he wears his typical red shorts, his tail actually peeks out from behind. Yeah, that's got me. I've never noticed that, but could that just be like a drawing thing? Like if I search Mickey Mouse, so I'm hoping this doesn't create any horrible feedback. If I search Mickey Mouse, oh my gosh, he does. Oh my gosh, he does. Wow. I mean, I knew he's a mouse, but like, see, this is what I mean. Yeah, that's low-key kind of blown my mind a little bit. I'll throw you some pictures on screen, please. Someone tell me in the comments that I'm not alone with that one, or am I just an idiot? Probably the latter. Anyways, moving swiftly on. The song from Grease is actually Greased Lightning, not Grease Lightning. I don't believe that for a second. The group soup up the dilapidated 1948 Ford Deluxe convertible before giving the car its iconic name. In the famous words of Danny Zuko, this car is automatic, systematic, it's hydromatic, why it's greased lightning. Yeah, I've never in my life sang Greased Lightning, I've only ever sang Grease Lightning. So that's pretty good. Also, it was really hard to say those lyrics, I just wanted to sing them. This car's automatic. Okay, the next one is the fact that Shaggy from Scooby-Doo doesn't have a protruding Adam's apple. I don't think I've ever thought that. I've got a biggie on screen, but I don't think I've ever actually thought that, to be fair. But I can see why people would make that connection, because he's got a hella long neck. I really thought the Raisin Bran son wore sunglasses. Nope. Yeah, the big yellow son wore black glasses. I was in that timeline too, someone said on Reddit. But it doesn't. Curious George never had a tail. A lot of people claim to remember seeing him use his tail to swing from the trees. If you look up pictures of Curious George right now, you'll see that he doesn't have a tail. Meaning either your memory made the whole thing up, or you've drifted into a parallel universe. That hasn't got me as much as the Mickey one, but I could have sworn he had a tail, because isn't there a DVD cover where he's hanging from a tree, but he could just be using his legs? actually sing the song that doesn't end. Never heard of that song. Cannot comment. It's spelled Febreze, F-E-B-R-E-Z-E, not Febreze, F-E-B-R-E-E-Z-E. Google's coming out again, boys. No, because surely it's two E's. Febreze. Oh my gosh, it's not. Right, that's crazy how your brain just makes that connection. I assumed it was breeze with two E's because it's like freshness, like a fresh breeze. I don't know. Ricky actually never said the sentence, Lucy, you got some splaining to do. I'm not sure what that's from. The candy bar Kit Kat has no hyphen in its name. The name Kit Kat has been around longer than you might expect, although there's some contention. It seems to have originated in an 18th century British literary club named after one Christopher Catling, aka Kit Kat. Since the candy bar may have been titled after a nickname, it makes sense there is no hyphen, even though that's how many people remember it. Oscar Mayer, M-E-Y-E-R, isn't spelled that way, it's spelled M-A-Y-E-R. In actuality, the famous brand of hot dogs and lunch meats is Oscar Mayer, but people have grown frustrated because they remember it as Mayer with an E. A lot of people recall the jingle from the commercials and insist the lyrics were My Bologna has a first name, it's O-S-C-A-R. My Bologna has a second name, it's M-E-Y-E-R. Still, somehow it's actually M-A-Y-E-R, though many people think that's the real Bologna here. Next up, the show isn't called Sex in the City, it's Sex and the City, but many people insist they remember it being in the at some point. Some people have even posted pictures of old memorabilia they have that supports their false memory. Sex in the... Yeah, I always thought it was Sex in the City. Sex in the City, but also, yeah, looking at it, it looks right, so... People think the Monopoly man, rich Uncle Pennybags, has a monocle, but he doesn't. Perhaps they're just confusing him with Mr. Peanut, the Planters Peanut mascot, who also wears a top hat and carries around a cane. But there are a number of people who can't seem to grasp how the Monopoly man is monocleless, when they've distinctly known him to have one. Google, you're coming out again. I'm so sure. Is it not a case that sometimes he has it, sometimes he doesn't? Oh my gosh, no, he just doesn't have one. No, he does. Wait, I know that's... No, for the most part he doesn't. Wow. That one's ruined my day. Excellent. People think the Mona Lisa is smiling now, but that she used to be emotionless. A lot of folks passionately insist that the Mona Lisa's changed, because they remember having a straight face, but now they feel it seems as if she's got a smirk. People remember a Sinbad genie movie from the 90s, but there isn't one. Many claim to recall a genie movie from the 90s that stars Sinbad. The only problem is there wasn't one. Those same people insist they aren't confusing it with the 1996 film Kazam, which starred Shaq as a genie. They don't know the title or what happened to the movie's existence, but they're all very certain that once upon a time, it was a thing. Jiffy peanut butter doesn't exist. It's called Jif, even episode in which the character is uncovering a conspiracy. Oh wow, just accidentally refreshed the page. That's good, isn't it? Nice one. Can I scroll down? Oh, this page is riddled with ads. Okay, here we go. Next one. The commonly seen text on mirrors doesn't say objects in mirror may be closer than they appear, as many remember. It says objects in mirror are closer than they appear. Despite people remembering a cornucopia being in the fruit of the loom logo, it's actually just a bunch of fruit. Apparently this Mandela effect is so strong that flautist Frank Wesh made a 1973 album called Flute of the Loom, seemingly a play on the clothing company's name, which features cover art of an array of fruit nestled inside a cornucopia. I think it's just natural to stick like an S or like a Z sounding sound at the end of it, because you're not going to say, oh, pass me the bag of Cheez-It. Though many people think it's Captain Crunch, it's actually Captain Crunch. I knew that one. Some people recall a Disney intro in which Tinkerbell flies across the screen and writes out Disney, then dots the I with her wand. But that's not what happens. I'll play it on screen for you. This user addressed the Mandela effect of Funyuns being spelled as Funyuns, so instead of F-U-N-Y-U-N-S, it is F-U-N-I-O-N-S. Some people remember a different number of rings around the Target Bullseye logo, though the one on the left is the correct one. In Toy Story, when Woody pulls his drawstring, he doesn't say there's a snake in my boot. He says boots, plural, despite many people remembering it singular. There's a snake in my boot. No. Google, save me. There's a snake in my boot. In my boot or boots. It's always been snake in my boots. Wow, okay. Okay. Next up, some people believe red and green swapped positions on traffic lights, but the order is red, yellow, green. The one on the left is correct. Some people don't remember South America being as far east as it appears on world maps. What? According to National Geographic, part of the reason we likely get the location wrong in our heads is because of the name. South makes us picture South America right below North America. There's no mention of east. But to be fair, it is below North America. I don't really understand that one. The Final Fantasy is at 11. IX. Character is named blank. There's a character in Final Fantasy named Blanc with a C. My roommate and I even joked that it seemed very French, and we made sure to pronounce it that way every time he came on screen, except seen this one before, and it kind of baffled me that people thought this in the first place. The tip of Pikachu's tail isn't black. Like, I'll throw this side by side up on the screen. To me, yeah, the black looks so wrong. Like, so wrong. I guess I can kind of see why people thought it just because he has black tips on his ears, but like, yeah, you're a Pokemon noob if you thought that one, mate. Ed McMahon never did the prize awards for Publishers Clearinghouse. This Redditor said, I looked up his picture to be sure it was who I had in my mind. My great-grandma watched it with me often. I looked him up in PCH and it says he wasn't on it. Mind blown. Some think they remember Henry VIII holding a turkey leg in this famous portrait, but he's actually holding his gloves. Though there are many "what if I told you" memes, Morpheus never says this at any point in the Matrix trilogy. Ben Franklin was never president. Despite his face appearing on US currency, Benjamin Franklin never served as president. He was, however, a founding father. He helped draft the Declaration of Independence and served as minister to France, helping to end the Revolutionary War through the Treaty of Paris. Stauffer's stovetop stuffing. Oh, that's a tongue twister and a bit of an ASMR word. Stauffer's stovetop stuffing. Stauffer's stovetop stuffing. Has apparently never existed. This user said, okay, I've been really digging into Mandela effects for years now, and I didn't even hear this one. And I know for a fact Stauffer's had commercials for stuffing. OMG, this is going to ruin my night if this isn't real. Spider-Man is missing from the cartridges of a video game from the year 2000. While he's still seen on the box and manual covers, many believe he used to be on the cartridge, but vanished. Whiteout is actually spelled W-I-T-E out. Double stuff Oreos actually only have one F. Why would they be called double stuff with one F? Yeah, that's got me. That just looks so wrong to me. Skechers isn't spelled Skechers with a D, as some people remember it to be. Yeah, no, I've never thought that because I remember distinctively thinking, I find it weird that it's not spelled with a D. C-3PO isn't 100% gold. He has a silver leg, though many fans never noticed the distinct feature, as he always had a silver leg. Because, like, he kind of goes through, like, sometimes he looks super shiny, sometimes he doesn't. Like, is he really never 100% gold? Because that's crazy if that's true. Fruit Loops is actually spelled Fruit, F-R-O-O-T, Loops. I mean, this is an American thing, but I just always assumed it was F-R-U-I-D, Loops. Some say it was originally F-R-U-I-D Loops and then changed it to the double O spelling, while others believed it did the reverse. Many people claim this change happened during their childhood, while others say they just noticed it in recent months. Whatever you believe, if you Google the cereal or find a box in real life, you'll see Fruit Loops printed across the front. Unless, of course, you're reading this from another dimension. The opening line to Mr. Rogers' intro song isn't "It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood," as many people remembered. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. I never said, "Hello, Clarice." When Clarice meets Hannibal, he simply says, "Good morning, hello, Clarice." The Star Wars quote is, "No, I am your father, not Luke, I am your father." The real exchange in the iconic movie scene goes as this: "Darth, if you only knew the power of the dark side. Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father." Luke says, "He told me enough. He told me you killed him." To which Darth replies, "No, I am your father." Many people remember Smokey Bear being named Smokey the Bear, and some recall him wearing red suspenders. The Queen in Snow White never said, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" She says, "Magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of all?" Interview with a Vampire is actually Interview with the Vampire. Is that true? I mean, I've seen this movie and I've always thought it was Interview with a Vampire. No, seriously, oh wow. I'm saying seriously, no, seriously, this is true. Obviously these are true. Wow. Okay. There's not really any point me googling these because every time they just, confirm my pure shock. Some people remember Uncle Sam's hat being red and white, but it's actually white and blue. Looney Tunes is actually spelt Looney Tunes, Tunes. Yeah, I knew that. Did people just think that because tunes like cartoons? But it's always Looney, because I always say it's Looney Tunes. I never call it Looney Tunes. Some remember Tony the tiger's nose being black, but it's actually blue. Similar to the Pikachu confusion, Tony the tiger has black stripes all over him, so a misremembering of nose colour is pretty feasible. Some people believe the Laughing Cow logo had a nose ring, but it does not. Bulls sometimes wear nose rings, not cows, but the mascot does have a pair of large cheese earrings, so perhaps that's why people created this idea in their heads. I definitely did not think that. Let me tell you, when I go on holiday, I eat an unholy, unspeakable amount of Laughing Cow, and kind of semi-expose myself. It's nice on crackers, it's nice and like some nice fresh bread. I often will take a couple of triangles, maybe more sometimes, and just eat them straight in the mouth, one bite. Honestly, Laughing Cow Dairy is unbelievable, and for some reason on holiday it just hits different, so I'm very acquainted with the Laughing Cow cow, and I knew that it did not have a ring in its nose. Next up, how many D's are there in the middle of the Sweet Tarts logo? Just one. It's Sweetarts. SWEETARTS. Have you ever had a cup of noodles? No, you haven't, because it's just cup noodles. Everyone's favourite childhood snack is Pixie Sticks. Pixie Sticks. So everyone's favourite childhood snack is Pixie sticks. No, I mean Pixy sticks. Remember Rice Krispies cereal. Sorry, but the name has always been Rice Krispies. Yeah, it's always been Rice Krispies, surely. Who's thinking otherwise? I think we can all agree that the perfect after-school snack was Tostino's pizza rolls. Oh, I've never had them, never heard of them, so no. I mean Tostino's pizza rolls. Many people believe there was an S there, but there wasn't. And this final one, I feel like we've gone full America with the last few. How many F's are there in the Cliff Bar logo? Just one. It's C-L-I-F bar. And there we have it. That was, I think it was 61 Mandela effects. Please let me know if any of these did get you a little bit, or you've gone away and done your own Googling like I did in pure disbelief and shock. Honestly, the one that most shocked me was the Mickey Mouse tail, because in my head it makes so much sense that he does, but I've just never, you just don't clock it. It's a mouse wearing shorts and shoes. I'm not looking, oh yeah, I'm glad they've got really the accurate anatomy of including a tail. But let me know which ones got you and that you're convinced is a lie down below. But hopefully you did enjoy this video and you found it relaxing as always. If you are able